Let me try to break down the most common misconception you will find among the new blockchain developer when it's come to making that connection with your dApp, with your smart contract to the blockchains. What are the ways we have to make that connection, how we can do it, which one is more secure, which is the best way, which is getting accepted in the industry, which you have to know as a blockchain developer, which you can utilize in your dApp. So you will have a better understanding that how to make a secure connection with your dApp, with your contract to the blockchain. And this entire strategy applies to every single blockchain which you pick, whether it built on Solana, Ethereum, Polygon, or any other network. This is the exact step you have to follow because different application has different implications, different security labels, and on the base of that, you have to build your understanding that which service you have to pick. So let's talk about that. What are the methods we have to make that connection with our smart contract with the blockchain? So generally, we have two methods. First, running the entire node of the blockchain in our own computer, and then we can make all the transaction, but that one is very easy heavy, and you don't want to do that kind of thing because you don't want your computer to be running all the time 24/7, because that's going to create a lot of pressure. Unless or until you are into the mining, then you can definitely do that. You can have a lot of computer where you can do and mine all the transaction, and you can run the entire node in your computer. But as a full stack blockchain developer, this is not what I recommend to all of you guys. To take this task away from you, putting a lot of pressure in your own system, we have multiple providers which I have used extensively in all the projects which we have built on the channel. And on the other hand, we have third web providers like Infura, Acme, Third Web. So these are the most popular one which you can use to make the interaction with the blockchain. So within these provider, you have multiple ways to connect with a smart contract. Mostly in our project, we have used the RPC method where we have got the entire like endpoint. In that we are making all the connection and try to deploy our contract using that particular RPC endpoint. But besides that, we have other method which we can use to communicate with the blockchains, which we're going to talk about it. So before I take you ahead with the technicality and show you that what are the methods you have and which one is used for which part, let me talk about the services which I use very frequently when I have to make that connection with the blockchain when it's come to the RPC endpoint. So the one problem I found in Acme, so as you can see here, I'm into my dashboards. So right now they are allowing me only 6. If I want to create more endpoint for the RPC one, like we have multiple way to communicate. If I show you this particular project, in that I have this 3 method. I can use the API, I can use the HTTP, and I can use the WebSocket. So I will talk about that, which one you have to use, because each one has a different implication, different implementation, and different strategies to use in your app. So if you want to simply get the data or deploy a contract, we generally use the RPC endpoints. We can simply get this particular string and we can deploy our contract. But if you want to make it more secure, which we have to do when we work in a DeFi project, because we don't want to expose the user credential part in the front end. We try to do all the transaction in the back end, and from there we have to simply expose all the basics information. So when it's come to more security, you can use the WebSocket, which is super easy. If you guys want me to create this WebSocket connection in the backend, do let me know in the comment section. So I'll make a tutorial on that. So this is the two methods we have, like HTTP and WebSocket. But if you talk about the Infura also has this particular service which they provide, which you can use it. So here I'm logged into my Infura dashboard, and you can see that currently I have 5 projects which is running. These are the project which we have built on the channel, and this one is the active one for one of my client which is running in the same account. And you can see number of requests is coming on this particular endpoints which we have generated. And here I have used the WebSocket. I cannot show you this because the transaction is going on, but there are multiple way. And right now Infura have, like, they have upgraded their entire policy, and if you want to use their service, you have to pay for their service, and then you can utilize that. And this is the common problem which I have found. So what I have done is I have found another, and this is the particular alternative I have found for all of you guys. This is absolutely amazing. All you have to do is to get that particular RPC endpoint, and you can simply interact with that particular blockchain, because they are the one who's running the entire node in their system, and which is absolutely free. You can create as many endpoint as you want. As you can see in Acme, you can create only 6. In Infura you cannot create, because if you want to create, you have to at least pay some amount of money, then you can create, and then you can utilize the service. So for example, if I'm building an application for like a crypto trading bot which we have on the channel, where I'm allowing multiple blockchains to make the transaction. So if I go with Infura, if I go with Acme, I'm limited to 6. I'm not running my paid account, so I'm limited to 6. In case of going with Infura Acme, what I will do, I'm going to use this particular one. All you have to do is to come back here and get the endpoint which you want. So if I want to get the polygon, I can click here. I can able to find all the RPC endpoints. So we have the Mumbai, which is the mainnet, and we have the testnet as well. So this is the Mumbai. You can simply copy and you can put in your hardhead config file, or you can simply provide into the Web3 providers and try to make the connection with the blockchain. So this is the best way. I would recommend you to come and check this particular site. This is absolutely free. They also have a paid plan which you can use, which is super powerful, but I have never used this particular paid one. But recently I have found this after the Acmeli and Infura have limited their number of projects which you can create on the platform. So I would encourage you to come and check this particular RPC endpoint. So again, I would recommend you to come and have a look on this particular site and get your RPC endpoint whenever you want to make connection with the any blockchain. This is super easy, not like Acmeli or Infura. And the one thing I would like to talk about is this one. So as I told you that there are multiple ways to make that connection with the blockchain. So you can go with the WebSocket or you can go with the RPC endpoint. RPC endpoint is the most common one which you will find in mostly project related to the DAO or NFT. And when it's come to making a decentralized or crypto trading bot where you have to keep the data sensitive in the backend, then you use this WebSocket. So this WebSocket is an advanced concept. You have to know that how you have to get the Ethereum object, because when you install MetaMask or any crypto wallet, it inject Ethereum object in your browser, so you can simply make that connection and interact with the blockchain. But in the backend, you don't have that Ethereum object, so you have to build a logic to get that Ethereum object, which you can simply pass and make that WebSocket connection, which soon a project will come. I have already completed the project, which I'm going to push and publish, so you guys can follow, and there you can learn everything that how you can manage every single thing from the backend without involvement of the MetaMask or any Web3 provider. You can control every single thing in the backend. So that's the only thing I want to talk about it. I would recommend you to come and have a look. This is the powerful, and when you're going to work on a dApp, on a smart contract, when you're going to text, when you're going to forget, you're going to use extensively all of this provider and to test that how the contract is executing, what amount of money you are paying, and that's the part of your development. So I hope now you guys have got an idea that which platform you have to pick when it's come to taking RPC endpoint. I want you to come and save this particular website. This is really powerful and super easy to use it. So that's the only thing from my end. I hope you guys have got an idea that how you can get your RPC endpoint. And if you guys want me to make a video on this particular WebSocket, then do let me know in the comment section that you guys want to know how to make this WebSocket connection with the blockchain. I'll try to make a project on that so you guys can follow that. So with that, I'm ending this video. Hope you guys have cleared all your doubt. And this is the question I was getting over and over again. Like a lot of you guys have confusion that we have multiple providers, which one we should pick and which one is the best one. What is this private key is asking in one provider and the other one is not asking? So why there is a difference in that? Okay. So make sure to come and have a look. So make sure to check all the projects which we have on the channel, like MetaMask, like ChatGTP, Build ICO, Staking dApp, Real Estate, NFT Marketplace, Uniswap Clone. We have tons of projects. So make sure to include that. So if you want to master blockchain development, including the project and the programming language and the tools, then check this particular course. And thus I have covered almost every single thing which you have seen so far. Like we have talked about multiple providers. You can see we have Soilty, we have project setup, we have crash courses. So it is a complete package for a blockchain developer. So once you take this and build this particular project, which we have in that, we have built complex data model, complex smart contract. That's a pretty huge. So come ahead and check. That will teach you a lot of things. So that's the only thing from my end. Make sure to check this particular one. It will teach you a lot of things. And so I hope you guys have got an idea from where you can get the RPC endpoint. And we have already built a project, how you can utilize them to connect and interact with the blockchain. So that's the only thing from my end. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.